It's Leatherwolf right here in your Classic Metal Show with the calling that goes out to our humble host, Corey, over there at Uncontrolled Noise, who hosts the Classic Metal Show on Saturday and does the replay and hosts Metal and Kendall, as well as our good friend Ron Keel at Streets of Rock and Roll and Hairball John and all that good stuff. So go over there and check out uncontrollednoise.com.
It is a good listen from show to show, and even when it's not the show, it's just a day to day. It's a really kick-ass listen. So go there.
Absolutely. Now we're moving in a very, very disturbing direction in this country. I've never seen so much fear mongering going on.
Okay.
In this country where everything is so sensitive. Everything is so sensitive.
Yeah, everything's every time anybody says anything, there's a battle.
Well, even you don't even have to say anything. All you have to do is just gesture something, and all of a sudden it's the world is coming apart.
Sure.
Now, I'm sure a lot of people saw this week, but this is just one of the most asinine, most ridiculous things that I've witnessed, especially in professional sports.
Mm-hmm.
Apparently, during a live broadcast of the Chicago Cubs,
yeah,
some fan within camera shot made the OK sign and got banned for life for doing a gesture with his fingers.
Right. Yeah, it's pretty silly.
Making a gesture with your fingers.
Yeah, I'm still not real clear where that's racial. I'm not saying it isn't, but I didn't know that the OK sign was racial.
Well, we will shed some light on this.
Okay.
Chicago Cubs president of business operations, Crane Kenny, said in a statement released earlier this morning that the club is investigating. They're investigating. Mm-hmm. What is this, the Mueller report? A fan using what appeared to be a hand gesture associated with the white power movement. Is there a white power movement going on?
Big movement.
Really? Where?
Apparently at Cubs games.
Well, NBC Sports Chicago reporter Doug Glanville did a TV segment in front of him.
Okay.
So some fan, he's just sitting there, guy is doing his little report thing on the sideline, and some guy puts his little OK signal sign within camera shot.
Yeah, that's OKKKK.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. There it is in the chat room. Are you fucking kidding me?
No, I'm not kidding you.
Kendall put up in the chat room how that's a racial symbol.
Yeah, that's but you know where that came from?
No idea.
4chan.
4chan?
Yeah. They started it as a propaganda movement. It went viral and caught on and said, "Oh, that must be racist."
Yeah, whatever.
But this is where this is going. Hey, Chris, do you drink water?
Yeah, got one right here.
You know who else drank water?
Who?
Hitler.
Got me. No more water for me.
Yeah. See, this is where this is going.
I know, it's so stupid. It's like I keep saying, I say it to everybody all the fucking time. This is where you just got to look at people and say, fuck you.
Yeah.
Don't care.
So anyway, we are currently investigating an incident that occurred during the Cubs May 7th broadcast on NBC Sports Chicago while reporter Doug Glanville was on the air. Now, if this reporter was white and this fan did this, would this be an issue?
I don't think so. See, I had heard too, and I know this to be true, so Jaded Quartz, I'm speaking a true story now, Jaded Quartz, from my own personal family. So this is not me interpreting anything. This is me telling you an exact story from my family.
That's good, because I'm sick of your lies, Chris.
That's right. Well, this is
all lies.
This is a true story from my family. My niece and nephew, who are 11 and 8, they play, I don't know what you call the game, but it's like it's a game. And what they do is they do the okay gesture upside down.
Yes.
And they put it down like by their leg. And if you look, then you get punched in the arm. It's the arm punch game or whatever.
Right.
Now, to be clear, my niece and my nephew are half white and half Asian.
Okay.
So if it's a racial thing, then they're racist against... They're not doing white power. They're doing white Asian power.
Right, of course.
So let's be clear on what they're doing here.
Well, I don't know if you can see me in the camera.
I can.
All right. When I was in high school, I had a group of friends, and it was a goof among us. Okay. Now, mind you, I went to high school in the late 70s, early 80s. Okay? And the gay and the fag jokes were very commonplace.
Sure.
Because, AIDS was, the joke of the day. It's just like, oh, you want to be gay, you'll get AIDS.
Right, sure.
That was the thing. That was 30 some years ago, 37 years ago.
Right.
So one of the things, and it was exactly like this okay, thing where you put the okay gesture and get somebody to look at it. Well, we did the same thing, only we did this thing. What this was we would take our finger and we would tap our nose like this. Okay. And if you could get somebody to look at you like this, you would they would look at you and you'd go, which basically was in our mind. And again, I don't know where it came from. It was just like you sucked a dick.
Right. Okay.
Okay.
All right.
So that's what it boiled down to.
Sure.
It was just like, if you look at me tapping my nose with my finger and you look at me and I do that, it's just, you just sucked a dick.
Okay.
That's what it was.
All right.
And that whole okay thing where you look and get punched in the arm was the exact same thing.
Yeah. It's a child's game.
It is. It's just one of those goofy things that mostly kids do.
Yeah, it has no real value or anything.
All right. Well, we'll decipher this. We'll cipher this out.
Okay.
We are currently investigating an incident that occurred during the Cubs' May 7th broadcast on NBC Sports Chicago while reporter Doug Glanville was on the air. An individual seated behind Mr. Glanville used what appeared to be an offensive hand gesture associated with racism.
Yeah. By who?
By who? Who made that standard? Where is that documented? Where? Where?
I don't know.
Well, we were told that. Oh, okay. Do you got proof of that, or you're just taking their word for it, or what's the deal?
Yeah.
Such ignorant and repulsive behavior is not tolerated at Wrigley Field.
Ever!
We are reviewing the incident thoroughly because. So, are you going to spend $35 million on this, like the Mueller report, and come up with nothing?
That's right.
Is that what you're going to do?
Apparently it is.
Because no one should be subjected to this type of offensive behavior. Who was being subjected here?
The viewers of the TV show.
The whole watching audience. So this one guy, this one fan, and he wasn't seated in the cheap seats as Ocasio-Cortez, Cow Farts Cortez, whatever the fuck her name is.
Right.
You're shouting from the cheap seats.
Right.
Apparently, these seats where this fan was seated are like really high-end seats. They're like $250 seats.
Well, yeah, they're right next to the dugout.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, they're like row one, right next to the dugout. Those are never cheap in any ballpark.
Exactly. Any derogatory conduct should be reported immediately to our ballpark staff. He made the circle sign. Him! Look at him! He made the circle sign. Can you believe this?
Yeah.
This is that whole 1984 thing.
It is.
Report your neighbor. Report him.
Yeah. Complain.
It's just like the whole Jonestown thing. He passed a note. He passed a note. Remember that part where the guy passed a note to the reporter he thought was Senator or
Senator guy, yeah.
Ryan,
yeah.
But he gave it to the reporter because he didn't know who was who, and that kid started yelling, "He passed a note!"
Yep. We're doomed.
Right here, him. Look, right here, him. This guy. This is what it's boiled down to.
Yeah, I know.
Any individual behaving in this manner will not only be removed from the ballpark, but will be permanently banned from Wrigley Field.
Wow.
Banned.
Yeah, pal.
The incident can be seen from the fan with the gray sweatshirt here. Cubs, Dan Bernstein, what say you about this racist fan? Now, see, this guy, he's a racist.
Mm-hmm, of course.
He's a racist fan flashing a white power sign behind Mr. Glanville at tonight's game.
And meanwhile, what he was probably doing is he probably had his fucking dumb friend on the TV.
Yeah, and he was just like, look, you're watching the TV. Aha, I gotcha.
I got you.
Yeah.
Unreal.
Mm-hmm. It's worth noting that this gesture is a somewhat complicated one. It's complicated.
Is it?
Well, the Cubs are properly investigating this. Now, how are we to know that they're being properly investigated?
I have no idea. As opposed to improperly investigated.
The full context of it and all that surrounds it is worth appreciating before reaching a conclusion on the matter. But we'll find out for sure what the conclusion is here.
Well, he was already told he can't come back to the ballpark. Isn't that a conclusion?
I got some audio to back this up a little bit here.
Okay.
As explained here at the Anti-Defamation League, that OK style gesture was originally cast as a white power symbol as a trolling hoax by some associated with the, now get this, the alt-right movement.
The alt-right movement?
Yeah.
So what is that? Some fucking 13-year-old on 4chan?
Yeah, that's basically it, yeah.
Yeah, the alt-right movement.
Yeah, 4chan is not an alt-right site. It's a goof site.
It's a kid's site.
Yeah, it is.
It's like Snapchat, isn't it? I don't even know what 4chan is.
4chan is people just put all kinds of goofy shit on there, all kinds of conspiracy theories and stuff. And it's just like, let's see what dumbasses pick this up and run with it.
Right.
You know, and this is one of those things.
It's a spoof site.
Yeah, exactly. It's no different than what I just did with you about drinking the water. Did you know if you drink water, it'll make you gay? You know, and then all of a sudden some news site will pick it up and say, apparently drinking water makes you gay.
Yeah.
You know, that's the whole thing. It's like, well, if you flash this OK sign, it means you're a white supremacist.
Yeah, pal.
Let's see who picks that up.
Mm-hmm.
It's no different than Gavin McInnes and his Proud Boys. Seriously, it was just a joke.
Another goof.
Yep,
just a total joke.
Oh, look, they're the alt-right. They're an alt-right movement.
Yeah, of course.
The idea lots of people make OK symbols on camera, and if enough people believed it actually meant white power, people are not engaging in racist behavior would be accused of doing so.
Mm-hmm.
They're therefore undermining legitimate claims of racism as liberal hysteria or people crying wolf.
Mm-hmm.
Then a funny thing happened, actually, while the white supremacists started adopting the gesture, allegedly, ironically, irony sort of fails, however, when a person acted ironically in this way is, in fact, a white supremacist. Mostly because we are what we do, even if we think we're acting in such a way, ironically, or even if we're trying to muddy the waters in some effort to lean into some group identity or belief system.
You're making me sick with this.
As if someone who is cognizant of all this stuff flashes the symbol as a joke, it's still an offensive act.
It's a goof. You're pretending that it's offensive. This symbol has never been offensive. Mm-mm. It's never been offensive.
Nope. It is also worth noting that the symbol flashed here is also similar to the so-called circle game.
Yeah.
With which most people who attend middle school at one time or another are familiar, kind of a made you look thing, which is what I was just telling you about when I tapped my nose.
Right.
I made you look, now you suck the dick.
Right, and the made you look game, that's what I was saying my niece and nephew play.
Exactly.
Same thing.
Which, in addition to the common OK symbol, was something that trolls who created the original phony white power narrative were trying to make people confused for racism, which means that the Cubs have layers upon layers of garbage to sift through, basically. They don't have to do anything. They could just ignore it and go, yeah, some guy flashed the OK symbol because he was goofing with his friend who was probably watching at home.
Right.
Which also means that even in the context in which the symbol was used behind a black reporter, let's point that out. He wasn't just a reporter, he was a black reporter.
Well, that's why you showed that white power thing.
Right, of course. Mm-hmm. Where it would obviously be seen by TV viewers, his friend at home watching the game is certainly troubling. It's not troubling.
Troubling to you. Not troubling to me.
Yeah. Is worth of an investigation by the Cubs. We should exercise at least some caution before making a definitive determination about what this fan was doing and why.
Yeah, I'm quite sure they went into this thing fucking without any bias.
No. Now I got the outcome of this.
Okay.
Check this out real quick.
All right.
This commentator creator on his name is Matt Christensen.
Okay.
He kind of breaks this down real quick as to exactly what happened and what the consequences were.
Okay.
All right, so let's kind of listen to what he has to say and break this down real quick. Here we go.
Back when I was a kid, and I assume still today, there was something called the circle game. You make a little circle with your thumb and your index finger, and you put it down below your waist, and you try to trick your friend into looking at it. And if he does, you get to slug him in the arm. Back then, the consequences for seeing this symbol were at worst an arm bruise, but with renewed spirit to get back at your friend and make his arm even more purple than yours was. But those were the good old days of only sticks and stones or fists breaking your bones. These days, seeing that AOK symbol apparently comes with life-altering emotional damage and apologies so grand that mere words cannot adequately express them, and lifetime bans for anyone who dares to make the wrong hand shape at one of America's most iconic baseball venues.
A hand shape.
A hand shape. Yeah.
Yeah. You're out of here, pal.
Yeah, pal.
Never to return again.
Damn right.
You made the wrong hand shape. Is this where we've really gone in this society?
That's where we're at.
This is where we're at. You make one little finger gesture.
Yeah.
And you're done for life.
Yep, you're banned.
Yeah.
It all started Tuesday night. The broadcast of the Cubs-Marlins game cut to analyst and former player Doug Glanville when this unspeakable horror occurred. Thank God this channel had the decency to censor what would otherwise be an obscenely graphic display.
Doug Glanville was on the air for NBC Sports Chicago. A man in a Cubs sweatshirt seated behind Glanville flashed an upside-down OK gesture, which is said to be a symbol of white supremacy. It was seen for several seconds before the broadcast cut to a graphic with stats.
I think most...
Oh, my God. I saw
terrible.
it. I saw it.
I saw it, too. Dude, I just saw it in the replay. Holy shit. I'm going to go out and kill some black people. I saw that symbol.
They actually blurred it out.
Oh, my goodness.
They blurred it out on that report.
Thank God. Yeah, I just showed the video of it on the video.
My God.
Video thing.
All right.
Most of my audience is mature enough to see the uncensored version, but please clear any children from the room. Viewer discretion is advised. And of course, cue the apology tour.
Cubs president Crane Kenny issued a statement saying such ignorant and repulsive behavior is not tolerated at Wrigley Field. We're reviewing the incident thoroughly because no one should be subjected to this type of offensive behavior.
No one should have to see this imagery except for every single American teenager for the last several decades plus. If seeing this symbol was damaging, we wouldn't function as a country.
So right.
This is just unbelievable that this is where we live now.
That's right. This is our country. It's a great embarrassment.
Who could actually get behind this?
Well, obviously the Cubs management did.
Yeah.
Somebody whined about it. I wonder who whined about it.
I don't know.
I doubt it was
Did you see that? Did you see that? Yeah. They were flashing white supremacy signals behind him.
Ugh. I cannot wait for the pendulum to swing back the other way and just see these people getting fucking crushed for being such pussies.
Right.
Can't wait.
Or maybe that's why it sometimes seems like we can't. Starting Wednesday, the team conducted an investigation to identify the fan behind this atrocity. By the evening, they had done so, and they sent the man a letter informing him he is banned from Wrigley Field effective immediately.
Yeah!
So they tracked this guy down by his seats, and then they sent him a letter.
Boy, wouldn't it? You know what would really suck? What if it was like his friend's seats?
Yeah, really.
And he just loaned him the ticket.
Yeah.
I can't make it tonight. You want to go to the Cubs game?
Well, that's interesting that you brought that up because here he's going to spell this out exactly. That there was really no, what do you want to call?
Racism?
No. That there was no opportunity for this person to explain what they did or why.
Okay.
There we go.
And without any stated limitation, presumably for life. Team president Theo Epstein called the incident truly disgusting, saying, quote, "It gives me shivers to watch that."
Shivers?
It gives me shivers.
You that weak, Theo?
Oh, my.
Holy smokes.
Gives me shivers.
Gives you shivers. Boy, Theo must not have any children, or he must ignore him if he does.
Right.
So I guarantee his kids have played this fucking game.
Can you talk about over dramatic?
Yeah, this is just ridiculous. This is pandering.
Yeah.
It's just, that's all it is. It's pandering.
God damn it. We have Jesse Smollett living down the street. Don't you realize what trauma he's gone through?
Yeah. He faked his thing and now he can't get work.
Right.
That could take place at Wrigley Field. First of all, I don't believe that you shivered. But second, if you did, congratulations on still having a functional nervous system that hasn't been shot into paralysis by Chicago gang violence. Consider that and tell me again what's offensive in your community. The Cubs...
Nice.
Just a stab in the old heart.
Yep, love that.
Yeah, this guy flashed a circle with his fingers, but yet you got gang members right down the street shooting the place up.
Yeah, exactly.
But that doesn't give you shivers.
Yeah, and isn't Wrigley Field like right in the middle of that
well,
shit?
it's just north of the city, yeah.
Right. I mean, it's not a safe neighborhood at all.
No, not at all. No, of course not.
Yeah.
Cubs have some real issues here, and none of them are any actual damage to people seeing this stupid hand symbol. Those claiming outrage are just self-righteous political opportunists looking for some perceived injustice to fight with a tweet to feel good about themselves. There isn't one person in America who genuinely lost sleep over this incident. The problem...
Well, Theo must have.
He must have, because he was suffering from the shivers.
Thank God Theo has some extra blankets to keep him warm after all that shivering.
Exactly.
You know, to warm him up.
Kind of reminds me of, like, Gone with the Wind. Oh, my, I think I have a case of the vapors. Only in his cases, I have the case of the shivers.
Crawled under a blanket, got in the fetal position.
Exactly.
Feel like he was back in mommy's womb where it was safe and protected from the dreaded OK symbol. Fucking turd.
Problem for the Cubs is that the way they handled this situation doesn't stand up to reason or scrutiny, first and foremost because the hand gesture in question isn't a racist symbol. And don't take my word for it. Take the ADLs, the Anti-Defamation League, an organization that exists to be offended by the benign and to profit from the offendedness. Even they say, chill out, dudes. It's not a hate symbol. Trolls on 4chan started this bit to get progressives and media to bite and to start calling everyone using this symbol racist, and unfortunately, many of you have taken the bait. This time, it's the Chicago Cubs, who themselves can't possibly believe that this gesture is to be interpreted as a white power symbol, at least universally. Beyond the circle game, the AOK sign has just been a generic symbol of positivity for decades. If the Cubs actually have a zero-tolerance policy toward this gesture, I presume they'll be releasing their pitcher Pedro Strop immediately. I presume
So, can you look up that one? Pedro Strop making the OK sign?
Let's take a look here.
Chicago Cubs pitcher Pedro Strop making an OK sign.
Why is this not letting me do this? There we go. Let's see here. Pedro Strop, Strop.
I'm assuming so.
Okay, sign. Let's see, where's Pedro? I'm looking for him doing the OK sign. Well, the Cubs might have taken it all down.
Yeah.
Is this it? No, that's not it. Yeah, I don't see him doing the sign.
All right. How about this?
Find it, I'll post it.
How about this one?
Yasiel Puig is now banned from playing the Cubs when he's in town. I presume
See if you can find that.
Yasiel Puig?
Yeah.
He's a douche. Yasiel Puig, anyway. There, I got Yasiel Puig, though.
Yeah, he's making an OK sign.
Let's save that
I guess he won't be allowed in Cubs ballpark now.
Yeah, let's put that on the old video. Boom. Yasiel Puig. You don't follow baseball enough to know what a dick that guy is, do you?
Oh, I do. I think he plays for the Reds now, doesn't he?
Is he on the Reds? I think he is on the Reds now. He's a douche.
Yeah, he took on the Pirates about 2 weeks ago. He caused a big bench clearing situation.
Big shock there. All right, let's pop up some Yasiel Puig.
Yeah, so he won't be allowed in Wrigley Field now.
Yeah, let's keep him out.
Yeah.
See, and you know what? If I was this guy, I think I would take this picture and I would sue the Cubs.
Yeah, well, this guy runs down through like 3 or 4 different people with pictures of them making the OK sign.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm showing Puig right now.
All right, now listen for this next one here.
All right.
Bobby Valentine is never allowed to catch a game at Wrigley. And if
Bobby Valentine,
the old manager?
Yeah.
Let's see if we can find him.
He's making the OK sign.
Bobby Valentine. Not seeing the OK. Oh, there it is. All right, let's pop up some Bobby Valentine.
Guess he's not allowed back in Wrigley Field either.
No Bobby Valentine for Wrigley.
Yeah. He's an old white guy making a white supremacist sign.
Yes, he is.
He's banned for life.
Certainly should be. I mean, what is he doing that racist shit? And he's a white guy.
Yeah. An old white guy.
An old white guy. Those are like the biggest enemy, aren't they?
They are.
Aren't the old white guys the big enemy of everybody?
Of course, because they lived back in the day when it was okay to be a racist.
So there he goes. So there's Bobby Valentine.
All right. Racist. All right.
If not, if these guys are in fact allowed at Wrigley, why? Is it because there are other plausible explanations for why they used this hand symbol beyond just hateful racism? And if there are plausible alternative explanations, that's another problem for the Cubs because they treated this paying customer as if there aren't. The Cubs say they tried to contact the fan by phone multiple times Wednesday to notify him of his ban, but opted for a letter after the failed calls. They didn't even allow 24 hours to talk to this guy. They didn't ask for his side of the story. They didn't give any consideration to the possibility, indeed likelihood, that he's not a rabid racist. They just treated this hand gesture as though it is in itself racist, even though we know from all of these other examples that obviously is not the case. And the seats this guy had aren't cheap. I just searched, and seats over the dugout like that go for well over $200. The Cubs didn't give a fan paying that kind of money the benefit of the doubt or even the benefit of a fair conversation. But the last and the biggest problem for the Cubs is setting the precedent that other people's words, and specifically other people's interpretations of words, will exercise supreme power over you. This hand symbol was innocuous until you let white supremacists co-opt it, and now you bend the knee to their bidding. It happened with frogs. It happened with clowns. And now with this hand symbol, you're surrendering all of the power to the people you supposedly want to disarm. They get to set the terms, and you will obey. Otherwise, you're deemed hateful. But the problem is you've given them the magic wand to make that determination. So in
this guy's dead on.
He is.
What's his name?
His name is Matt Christensen.
Matt Christensen. Might have to follow along with him. He seems to know some things.
Yeah, but he's a white guy.
Oh, well, then I don't want nothing to do with it. Probably makes the OK symbol, too.
Right, he did. He did several times in this video to demonstrate what it looks like.
Then I won't be following it.
Well, what's funny here is that now he is running various photos of different ball players making different hand gestures of different kinds.
Okay.
So he's going to tell what each one of those mean now.
Okay, good.
the future, this will be a celebration of the one true master race.
So he's got one ball player with his single digits in the air like number one, which means one true master race now.
That's always what I've thought of.
Right.
We're number one as in the master race.
Exactly. All right, the next.
This will be a glorification of gun violence. This will be...
So he's got the one where, you know, how some of the more Catholic religious players, they like kind of kiss their hand and point to the sky like they're thanking Christ or something.
Right, point up.
Yeah. So that's for gun violence.
Good.
An acknowledgement of the eternal truth that there are only two genders, or maybe...
So he's showing somebody flashing the peace sign.
It's two genders?
Yeah, there's only two genders.
Damn right.
It's just Barry Bonds saying, whatever he's injecting, I'll take two. The point is, the Cubs and everyone supposedly offended by this sort of thing allow their lives to be defined by the allegedly hateful, thus controlled by the allegedly hateful. A hateful person made this hand sign, so now it's banned. But where does that logic end? This hateful person probably also drank a beer and ate a hot dog and sang, take me out to the ball game. Should those things be banned? Presumably, this hateful person enjoys baseball generally. Should we just ban the entire thing? If your answer is no, that's absurd, these things aren't racist, yeah, exactly, they aren't. But under your precedent, that's only because the racists haven't defined them that way. Yet. If Richard Spencer starts wearing a Cubs cap every day, what are you gonna do? Change the Cubs logo? Or acknowledge the obvious truth that the Cubs logo is not in and of itself racist. I hope the Cubs will eventually get to that realization that these words and these symbols only have the power that we give them, but maybe they could use a little nudge, or at least a test of their commitment to the principle that the A-OK hand gesture has no home at Wrigley Field. I want to watch an entire wave of fans double fisting or double pinching, and let's see if the Cubs actually have the balls to ban all of them. I bet not. I would love to see if Cubs fans could get that organized, but it is a big ask on the fans' part. You got to risk your money, you got to risk the stadium ban, you got to find your way home through the mean streets of Chicago once you get kicked out. Watch out for nooses. Watch out for bleach. It's well-known MAGA country out there. Thanks, as always, for listening.
Watch out for nooses and watch out for bleach.
That's funny.
He's an insensitive white guy.
He really is.
He just doesn't get it.
No, obviously not.
So I thought that commentary was pretty dead on.
Dead on this story. Jesus Christ.
So this is the life we live. Don't look me the wrong way. Don't flash the wrong finger gesture. Don't do anything, because I'm gonna call the thought police. I'm gonna have you arrested. I'm gonna have you banned for life.
Well, hopefully this guy sues. I hope this guy is gonna sue the Cubs.
Well, what I would like, and I agree with you there for that individual.
Yeah,
but I would like to see just what he suggested. Why don't you guys all collectively get together and everybody start flashing the OK sign?
Huh.
What are you going to do? Go row by row and throw everybody out of the ball game now?
Well, what I want to see is what's going to happen when the next player does it. I mean, the players do it all the time. The players throw the OK sign up. Like when they hit a home run and shit and they're going around the bases.
Yeah.
They always throw the OK sign or the thumbs up or
it's a gesture of enthusiasm.
Yeah, is Major League Baseball going to give them an indefinite suspension? If what's his name? What's the guy that signed the Bryce Harper? If Bryce Harper throws an OK sign after hitting a home run, is he going to be indefinitely suspended?
Gotta wonder.
Should be. By this, there's no reason that the product on the field should have a less of a standard than those in the stands.
I would agree.
If anything, they should have a higher standard. Right?
I would agree. I'm not going to argue that at all.
This is a PR nightmare for baseball.
It is.
And when this guy files his lawsuit, boy, they're going to go out of their way to make this go away quietly.
Of course.
They're going to put $250,000 in his pocket to go away. They're going to. They're going to have to.
They're going to have to. How do you throw somebody out because you made an OK symbol?
Yeah, they're going to get him to sign a non-disclosure agreement and give him a shit ton of money. His house is going to be paid
we couldn't get him by phone, so we just sent him a letter that said, "Don't ever come back here again, racist."
Why couldn't this shit ever happen to me? Because I would sue in a minute and hold out for $1 million. I absolutely would. My big mouth? Oh, damn well. I'd be like $1.5 million.
Yeah. Unbelievable.
Stupid.
It is. Well, since we're talking about racist shit.
We are?
Well, I guess.
We're talking about stupid shit.
Well, here's another stupid shit.
Okay.
This is just unbelievable. Again, with the symbolism of what it means.
Okay.
And again, this is just stupid on the people who participated, but I'm sure that they weren't really doing something meant to be harmful.
Okay.
4 educators who smiled for a photo with a noose are all suspended, along with their principal, who reportedly shared it in a mass email.
Oh, no.
Again, this goes back to everything I've ever said. If you're in a position of elected position or in a public service position, you cannot be putting shit on Facebook,
right? Emailing
stuff, using the system's email. Sharing stuff that's going to get out there that could be construed as, a problem.
Yeah, not even a Minds or Gab.
You can't do it.
No.
Linda Brandt, the principal of Summer Wind Elementary School in Palmdale, California, allegedly emailed the photo to her staff attaching a second image of the noose hanging in the office.
You said Summerdale Elementary?
Summer Wind Elementary School in Palmdale, California.
Where's the... What an idiot. I'm looking at the picture. I'm like, what the...
It's like, what are you doing?
What a dummy.
Now, again, anybody could interpret what a noose means.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but these dumb teachers and this dumb principal, they were, I don't even know why they were doing it.
Yeah, who knows? There's no reason to do it. There's certainly no reason to take a photo of it.
Again, that's what I'm saying.
I mean, what in the fuck are you thinking here? I mean, come on. This is... There's no... And what are you going to say? I didn't realize? Yes, you did.
It's like, what were you doing with that?
Yeah, I mean, come on. You absolutely realized that photo could not go.
So, attaching a second image of the noose hanging in the office, according to LA television Fox 11, other parents found the photo on Instagram. It was on Instagram.
Brilliant.
Yeah. Palmdale School District Superintendent Raul Melando tells tells Yahoo Lifestyle, yesterday it was brought to the Palmdale School District's attention that an incident involving the discovery of a noose and a possibly inappropriate response to the discovery occurred at the Summer Wind Elementary School. The principal and the personnel involved in this matter have been placed on administrative leave pending an investigation of the matter.
Wow.
We will follow process and procedures to conduct the investigation.
You know, in this case, in this one case, I don't think we need a whole lot of investigation. I think this one is pretty clear what the outcome is.
Right. According to Fox 11, Brandt is in consideration to become the next district superintendent. Not anymore.
Yeah, she was.
Shaka, S-H-A-K-A, Phillips.
Shaka Phillips?
Shaka Phillips.
I like that song that she had back in the 80s. Remember that?
Was that Chaka Khan?
That was I Feel For You.
Yeah, I feel for you.
Wasn't that Shaka Phillips?
Yeah.
Before she became a teacher's aide or whatever she is here?
That would be Chaka Khan.
Oh, sorry.
She was with a band Rufus in the 70s.
Rufus and Shaka Khan.
Tell me something good. Bow, bow. Tell me that you like it. Yeah.
Don't put on your hood.
A former teacher. See what the depth of our knowledge is with that music shit.
Yeah, no kidding.
1974.
Liar. Liar.
A former teacher, administrator, educational consultant tells Yahoo Lifestyle that she pulled her 6-year-old niece from the Summer Wind on Thursday morning, shocked
and outraged
that all 4 teachers had resumed their daily lessons despite their alleged suspension.
Yeah, pal.
They had the audacity to show up today, she said.
Yeah.
The integrity of the school is completely compromised.
That's right.
To the black community, a noose is a weapon, a symbol of slavery and lynching.
That's right.
Like nobody else got lynched with a noose.
Just black people.
Just black people.
Saddam Hussein, different kind of rope.
Right. If you ever watched the old movie with John Wayne, True Grit, there's a scene in there where they hang like 6 guys all at one time.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but anybody that's ever been hanged was hanged with a noose.
That's correct.
I mean, I think it's pretty universal. I don't think the black outrage movement owns nooses.
I don't think so.
I get that it's more offensive, I guess. I mean, I understand. I don't get it, but I understand. My understanding is that black people take it more seriously.
Yeah, perhaps. But I guess if you were a cowboy in the West who got caught for horse thieving or cattle stealing or whatever, maybe that noose would mean something to you as well.
Yeah, I'd imagine if you were a white slave owner and your great grandfather was hanged, you know, you'd be upset about it too as a white guy now, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
I think you'd probably be upset about it too. Love it.
I think if you watch any Clint Eastwood movie from the Western movies, I'm sure you'll see at least one noose in every movie.
I'm sure. They should all be banned.
Yeah.
Unforgiven? Banned.
Yep.
Get rid of it. Didn't that have a noose on the cover of the box?
I think so. I think a few dollars more. I think there's a noose in that.
Mm-hmm. And if not, there's for sure Confederate flags.
Right.
These movies should all be taken out.
Exactly. Randy Randall Jr., the founder of the nonprofit organization called Pivotal Role, which rewards children for earning outstanding report cards, explained the impact of his little sister, who once trusted teachers, stands in a photo. I showed her a picture of the teacher and of someone hanging from a tree, Randall Jr. tells us. See, he's just, now there's a guy who's throwing fuel on the fire.
Yeah, he is.
See, here's a noose. Now here's someone hanging with a noose. What do you think? Your teacher. What do you think of her?
Yeah.
See, he just tainted that kid's viewpoint.
Mm-hmm.
He did that purposely.
He did.
I showed her a picture of her teacher and of someone hanging from a tree. She's sad and shocked that her teacher would hold a torture device.
Yeah. Well, they did. So what?
A torture device.
Even if it is a torture device, so what?
Yeah.
Did you do it in class? I mean, shouldn't have done it in the school in general, but it's not like they were teaching it.
No. And why did you have to go through those lengths to show that kid that?
It's not like the teacher said, "Come up here, dark child, and let me put the noose around your neck."
Unless you're Jesse Smollett, of course.
Well, you know, Jesse's a different story.
Right.
While he was chugging bleach, they slid that noose right over his neck and
exactly.
beat him up.
And he wore it for a good hour and a half before the police showed up.
Yeah, while he ate his Subway or pie.
Another parent named Darian Harper told Fox 11 of Principal Brand, "We want her gone from the school, and that's just it. We want her out. I'll do it personally."
Yeah, pal!
Yeah, kick her to the curb, that fucking bitch.
And get those other three that are with her out of there, too.
Yeah.
Especially that old lady, because she's laughing. She's laughing so hard she can't breathe.
Yeah.
Throw her out.
She can't breathe like a black with a noose around his neck.
Hey! All right, you're going to drive Jaded Quartz back further away from the show. Really, stop.
Breon Clemens told Fox 11, "I've requested that my kids be taken out of one classroom because of that teacher in particular.
Yeah!
Has shown prejudice and discrimination against my kid. When I requested the black teacher, I got grief for that." Boy, these people just make so much out of nothing.
They do. All right, metalhead hog in the chat room. We don't need the not of the week. Just relax.
A teacher named Michelle Lemaire, Lemaire, told the news station that the mostly white teaching staff is a huge issue at the school. The mostly white teaching staff is a huge issue?
Did you say news or noose? Just checking.
Yeah. Philip's niece will stay home from summer wind until the school enacts new policies and an appropriate discipline plan. She always wants assurances that her niece won't be punished for missing school during the investigation.
PC in the chat room, the rest of the parents did not rejoice when the black kid was taken out of the school. That's not very nice at all.
I now question the education that my niece and every student of color has received in the class. Yeah, they received the same education as everybody did.
Yeah. How does she perceive that as that the white kid's got something better? They're in the same fucking class.
I don't know the answer.
Taking the same course, sitting in front of the same dumb teacher.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, good, I guess. That's the same logic as like the Alyssa Milano not having sex until they changed the policy in Georgia or wherever it is.
Yeah, in Georgia, yeah.
Yeah, the only one that she's penalizing is the one that probably sits there and tells her that she's right. Her fucking husband. Who else is fucking her? Yeah, this is the same exact logic here. My kid gets a worse education than the rest. How? It's the same fucking teacher teaching the same fucking words. Dopes.
Well, I'm glad most people who choose to comment on stories like this aren't baited by this.
Mm-hmm.
Why does Yahoo consistently run stories that include nothing but comments from outraged people, but never give you the actual story? There's no details as to the context of the picture, no details on word from the teachers involved, etc.
Mm-hmm.
In this age of PC hypersensitivity, I would appreciate it for Yahoo to present a complete story instead of on specific to the reaction from the chronically aggrieved.
All right, Nathan, there is not one less black kid to drag down the test scores. Just stop it. Guys are racist. Good grief.
And, of course, Yahoo conveniently leaves out the story behind the photo and just publishes the race-baiting parents' interpretation of it.
Of course. Is that why you go to Yahoo all the time for these stories? Because they're so fucking left-leaning?
Well, I don't specifically go to Yahoo for these stories, sometimes because I do have Yahoo email.
Mm-hmm.
So if I'm checking my email, sometimes these stories catch my eye.
Oh, they pop up like in the ads on the right or whatever.
Exactly.
Okay.
A teacher named Michael Laramie told the news station that a mostly white teaching staff is a huge issue at the school. I didn't know skin color was a qualification for being a good educator.
Good point. Said the now fired teacher.
Right. But still, these people should know better.
They should.
I mean, it's just dumb.
Oh, I'm not. Believe me, there's no justifying this one. They should be fired. So fired.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I don't. Let me clarify. I don't care if they're fired or not. But in this day and age, you can't be this stupid.
Yeah, taking pictures of it and posting it on social media and mass emailing it. It's like,
I don't want them.
It's like, what are you doing?
I don't want them fired because they were joking around with a noose.
Yeah.
I want them fired because they're too stupid to be teaching.
Yeah.
If they think they can get away with that in 2019, then they're way too stupid to be teaching anything to kids.
I would agree.
Dummies. That's what they should, and I'm sure are fired for.
Well,
being stupid.
Well, since we're talking about people who are public servants per se,
okay,
just doing stupid shit.
Okay,
here's another stupid shit thing of a public servant doing something dumb.
All right.
A city employee is under fire after posting a racist comment about Muslim model in a burkini on
Facebook.
Of course.
Burkini?
A burkini.
God. Okay. What's that? Is it just like a black robe?
Well, it's like a more form-fitting cover-up that I guess Muslim women wear.
You can see the bottom of her feet.
Yeah, more or less, but they're just trying to normalize that.
Okay.
A city employee in Dearborn, Michigan. What do you know about Dearborn, Michigan?
White people.
Yeah, sure. High Muslim population.
Of course it is.
Is under investigation. There's a lot of investigations these days.
Yeah, no kidding.
Everything's being investigated.
There must be 10 million detectives at every police department.
I think so. Is under investigation after making a racist comment aimed at a Muslim model on
Facebook.
The comment made by Bill Larian was initially pointed out in a public group called Dearborn Area Community Members by a fellow resident. Larian's comment was in response to a WXYZ Facebook post, which shared a story about a model, Helima Aiden, being the first to wear a burkini in the latest Sports Illustrated swimsuit edition.
Oh, burkini, that's nice.
That's what guys want to see when they buy the swimsuit issue of.
Who wants to see that?
Nobody.
God.
But again, it's this whole trying to normalize this stuff.
Yeah.
Cute picture. The since deleted Facebook comment read, "It should be on the cover of Camels Are Us."
Camels are us.
Camels are us. Apparently saying something like that is a racist comment.
There's no apparently in that statement, Neely. That's a pretty racist comment.
Is it?
Yes.
Are camels considered a racist thing now?
Yes. You can't say. He might as well have said, "Look at the San Nigris."
Oh, okay.
Might as well have said that. Come on.
All right.
That's what the camel comment is about.
I get it. According to a statement on the Dearborn, Mayor John O'Reilly stated on May 6, Larian is a part-time employee for the city of Dearborn, and although his comment wasn't posted during business hours, O'Reilly stated that the content is in opposition to the city's mission statement.
Yeah, pal.
I have zero tolerance for this type of language used in the Facebook comment, O'Reilly's statement reads. The comment violates the city of Dearborn's values and practices as well as our expectations for employees. It violates the very heart of our mission statement, which is that we must earn the public trust in everything we do.
Okay.
The city hasn't shared any additional information about the Dearborn Police Department's investigation. Now, the police are involved here.
Good.
Which started over the weekend. The statement says that the result will determine what action is to be taken.
What action? There's no action to take. He's allowed to say that her picture should be in a Camel magazine.
Yeah.
Even if it is racist. Guess what? You're allowed to be racist.
Yeah.
You know, you can be shunned. You can't be arrested for it.
Right. Still, the Michigan chapter of the Council on American Islamic Relations called on Dearborn officials to reprimand Larian on Monday, according to a statement from the organization. We call on Dearborn officials to reprimand this city employee who clearly holds such a racist view while working for this city.
Yeah.
That has almost half of its population comprising of Arab Americans and Muslims.
Well, thank God they outed the one guy that doesn't like Muslims in Dearborn.
Right.
You know, I'm sure he's the only guy that has these kind of thoughts.
Yahoo Lifestyle was unable to get in touch with Larian. However, a number of Dearborn residents spoke with Michigan outlet WJBK and shared their thoughts on what will happen if Larian is fired.
Nothing.
The mayor will hear from us, one said. The city will hear from us.
Oh, if he's not fired?
No, if he is fired.
He's going to be fired. He's going to be fired. That's today's world. They're just waiting for him to apologize before they drop the hammer on his fucking head. He's fired. He's done.
Again, if you're elected or you work for the city or a public servant, get rid of your stupid social media.
Yeah, that's right. And if you're a CMS fan, go to Minds or Gab.
People are just dumb.
Yeah. You're less likely to get caught on Minds or Gab.
Right. And here's somebody by the name of Jason, which is in line with what your thoughts are.
Yeah.
Not on company time or equipment, I would sue the city.
Hell yes. That's what you have to do now. You have to make it, you have to hit them in the fucking pocket. That's how you make this shit stop. You know, this guy here, you know, he said it on his own time or whatever. I mean, again, it comes down to morals clause, but he's got a pretty fair argument that is not violating a morals clause. Because like you said at the beginning, it's going to be awful hard. Yeah, it is a camel thing implied Saudi Arabia thing. Okay, maybe. Maybe not. Could also be the zoo. You know, that. I mean, there's an argument there. This guy should sue. Even if he loses, I'm sure there's some attorney that would take that case.
Of course.
Somebody should take it.
So, I tell you what, it never ceases to amaze me.
Nope.
Social media has been the death of this country.
It is. It's fucked.
Yep.
It is fucked.
Yeah. All right. I say we take a little break.
All right.
You got something you want to hear?
How about from the album Demolition by Judas Priest, how about Devil Digger?
Devil Digger?
Yeah.
Wow, where'd you bring up that one?
Popped into my head.
Okay.
Just
all right.
some Ripper.
Devil Digger. Where are we at here? There it is. Devil Digger. All right. Well, we'll play a couple of tunes. We'll come back and we'll do some more stuff. So here it is. It's Judas Priest exclusively here
on your classic metal show.